CCA Nick. Follow me on Instagram at Nick Venti. If you enjoy this content, give me a thumbs up. Don't treat me like a 204B over here. So today was Sunday. It was a easy day. I was able to get out early. I actually came in early, which they something happened where it wasn't my fault, but since I came in early, they had to. So like from 6 to 9, they have to have a certain amount of packages delivered. So I was the only one who volunteered because it was less than 24 hours notice. They were like, "Hey, do you want to come in early and drop off some packages?" I'm like, "All right, if you're gonna throw money at me, let's do it." So I came in early today at 7. I usually come in at 7:30, and I took packages, and I guess they printed out the sheet. They printed out the sheet with the packages on them, and apparently when they did that, every route was screwed up. The sequence was screwed up. So uh, everyone's routes, every Y route and L route, the the turn by turn wasn't working. So I'm like, I realized that like halfway through, and I'm like, oh great, because some of them were on the turn by turn, but a lot of them weren't, and I guess that happened because they printed out the paper when I first got there, which I didn't even need the paper to begin with, but uh, it is what it is. It was I feel bad for the new CCAs who don't know where they're going and they don't know what they're doing because they're probably still out there right now because I the route that I did Y5, I it was only 4 routes that were on the Y route, so I I knew where I was going. I knew the territory. I know where everything is, so it was easier for me to do it. But the newer CCAs, you don't know where they're going. They're probably still out there trying to GPS, trying to find their way to these packages because the turn by turn for the most part wasn't working. So what's going on? Oh my, that would yeah, not having turn by turn. So today for the new CCAs or and RCAs, they're probably having a rough time. Uh, it was very because I guess when they printed out the paper for me, which I didn't even need the paper, they printed out the paper before every package was sequenced or whatever, and that screwed everything up. So uh, for like half of my packages, they weren't on the turn by turn, and so I just scanned them normally. But it was kind of a weird day. But I got out early, so I was the first one to leave because I was the first one there. So what's up, man? This check is going to be fire. Yeah, I can't wait. The Monday before the Friday you get paid, you could check Light Blue and it'll show you how much exactly you're getting paid. So, yeah, my check is gonna be super nice. 72. Well, last week I worked 72 and a half hours. Then the week before was pretty good too. So, yeah, every regular that I talked to, they were like, "How many hours you work, Nick?" And I'm like, 72. And they're like, "Oh, drinks on Nick." So, it was it's gonna be good. I can't wait to see how much I'm getting paid tomorrow for Friday. I finally got a start date. Yeah, congratulations. Orientation is the easiest money you'll make. So 5 days before your official start date next year will be your break in service. Like my official start date was the 26th of December, so my break in service is the 21st through the 25th. So keep that in mind too. Yeah, bro, we're making more than regulars. Yeah, uh, a lot of the regulars only working. They're only working like less than 10 hours probably for the most part. We're working 12 to 14, so we're definitely making more money than regulars right now. Unless they're on the overtime list. Overtime list, they're making more than us. But we're making a lot of money right now. Yesterday was actually very light. Yesterday, that's why I titled this live stream "When Pigs Fly" because I was looking at the sky for flying swine. I got out before 12 hours yesterday. That's how light the mail was. It was very light. I ran a lot of my packages in the morning, so it was a very nice day yesterday. I Even though I like the money, I'm like, oh, I'll take it while I can because I know Monday's gonna suck, and then as we get closer and closer to Christmas, it's gonna be a lot of packages, a lot of mail. So I'm like, oh, 11 and a half hour day. I'll take it, I guess. They got you going in at 5:30 or 6. So I'm coming in at 6. They don't let us come in any sooner. Overtime carriers, they are coming at 6:30. And then there's a few carriers who come in at 8. So yeah, I come in at 6. It's nice. Uh I get to do packages for my hold down. So I just run those, and then my friend who's a carrier, I do some of her packages as well. So because it's right next to mine, so because she comes in at 8, so run her packages, run my packages, and then uh, get gas if I need to, and then I'm ready to hit case up my route, and then I get like a jump start on it. It's nice. So the peak season is actually a lot easier than I thought it would be, uh, because it doesn't even feel like so when you start earlier and then you're on your route, you're like this. It doesn't feel any like later. So by 2 o'clock you're in overtime. It's nice. Do you earn time off as a CCA, and do you receive medical and dental benefits? Yeah, if you sign up during the enrollment period, uh, right now I'm pretty sure is the enrollment period in the beginning of the year, and then the end of the year. So I right away I started in February, so I right away I got health insurance and dental. Um, and time off, you don't get time off, but you build up annual leave. Like I'm close to 100 hours of annual leave. That'll all cash out. You could use that if you call off. But if I guess if you use it like 3 times too close together, then you can get in trouble. But the annual leave, like I have almost 100 hours. That's all gonna cash out when I during my break in service, because you technically get fired and then hired back on. That's how they get around to you being part time. So they annual leave will be just keep building up the annual leave. Yeah, bro. At this point, I just case my DPS and fly on the street. Oh, we get in trouble if we case in our DPS or FSS. We can't. We're not allowed to do that. They try to limit our office time and get us on the street as soon as possible. So, um, yeah, that's. I wish we could, because like case or mixing in the FSS and your case mail out on the street, it's annoying. I'd rather have it all set for me, and then so I could just grab and go on the street. But yeah, anybody else got any more questions? Thought I'd do a quick live stream before I got off early, so I want to relax a little bit. I got some plans. Gonna enjoy the rest of my Sunday, uh, because I know during the week I'm not gonna have any time to do nothing. So uh, tomorrow, definitely, I can't see us working any less than 13 hours tomorrow. Mondays are always heavy. Luckily, last Monday we had the veil packs, so I don't got to worry about those tomorrow. But DPS is always heavy on Monday. Packages are going to be heavy, things like that. So, um, but yeah, uh, guess I'm going to end this here. Thank you all for tuning in. Give me a like, give me a thumbs up. Comment on my videos. Let me know what you guys want to see next. I'll try to make videos as I'll try to make videos when I get free time, being peak season. Like today, I got off early. Hey, do a live stream real quick. Uh, if I get off early or if I get free time, I'll try to make as much videos as possible. So to give you guys the content. Hey, Nick, I start training Tuesday. I'm nervous. Yeah, just being nervous is normal. You're doing something new, something you never done before. Uh, if you've watched my videos, you see that you know what you're getting into. You just learn all you can from the on-the-job instructor. They know your office better than me, so they'll let you know the ins and outs. They'll let you know uh, like what routes are best, and if there's any vacant routes. So after 60 days, you can put a hold down on a route. They'll let you know. So don't be nervous. Don't stress about it. Just go in there thinking, yeah, I'm new. I'm just gonna get a little bit better every day, a little faster every day, and don't stress too much about it. You're doing something new. Don't stress about it. Have a good one, bro. I'm about to enjoy dinner with the wife. You do the same, bro. Yeah, enjoy. Enjoy time with your family when you have it, because right now there's very limited free time. That's why I'm gonna enjoy my night tonight. Man, I'm not gonna lie, I'm nervous as crap. I'm going to a smaller office, so we'll see how it goes. What do you how many routes does your office have? Uh, if because my sister office only has 18 routes, and they work a lot more overtime than we do. It's just because, like, an office like mine, we got 43 routes, so we got a lot of CCAs and PTFs on standby, a lot of them on deck. So they we're always properly staffed as far as like CCAs and PTFs. Like, we'll do half routes if we got to, but we usually have uh, a lot of help. Uh, People call off all the time. We do have like regulars and things like that who call off and things like that. But I have a friend who I did my orientation with. I still keep in touch with her. I was talking to her yesterday and today. She's in a really small office. I think there's like 9 routes or 3 routes, and she's working a lot. She worked 40 hours in what was it, 3 days or something like that. It was something crazy. So uh, small offices can have their disadvantages. Like, one person calls off, two people call off, then all hell breaks loose. So it all depends. It all depends how good staffed you are. If people actually come to work, if people are on the restrictions. Like, the biggest joke with the post office is that restrictions BS. Uh, yeah, no problem. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to answer you guys' questions. I'm here to tell you how CCA life is, because there's not a lot of info on it, not a lot of internet knowledge. So, uh, coming from somebody who's in the trenches, living this life right now, I could give you guys the information, and so you guys can make a choice if you want to do it or not. And if you are doing it, to help make your life easier and give you guys some tips and things like that. I have worked for a month. I'm only running packages, and I really don't know how to understand the different city routes when I have to deliver mail at different city routes. What do you mean by that? Because there's when you're running packages, so I'm guessing since you're running packages, you're doing a lot of different routes on your static or whatever they have you doing. So because a lot of routes touch each other, like there's there's a few streets that, like, there's like 4 routes that touch these streets. So, like, once you're delivering mail, I think this is what you're saying. Once you start delivering mail, you'll see, like, oh, this one street there's one street, and then there's a street that's right next to it that could be a whole nother city route. So it just depends on the boundaries of each city route. Are the routes usually right next to each other? I know they say file the mail. Yeah, so let's say, for example, I'm doing Route 17, right? City 17 is usually my aux piece. Uh, the streets and stuff are all usually, for the most part, right next to each other. Yeah, there's some gray areas where, like, some routes are cut off because they get too long, so it's on another route. Like, on my hold down route, right? I have a bank, but across the street, there's businesses like a CVS and Burger Place. A lot of that stuff is on Route 35 for some reason. Then the next street over that, that's my route again. So it's weird how it just depends. These routes get cut and moved all the time because routes get long. They walk routes with you, so routes get cut and moved on to different routes. Or if your route is too small, they add stuff on. Or if it's getting too long, they cut stuff off. So it's it's uh, it's weird how they do that. How do you case your mail if you have no idea about the route? Do you rubber band it up by street address? Uh, so on your case, I unfortunately can't take like pictures of the case or nothing like that, but you can get in trouble for that. Never take Snapchats or whatever inside the government building. Just FYI, don't take pictures inside a government building. Don't do that. But on your case, it'll say like mount MTD for mounted. At least in my office, it'll say like MTD for mounted. It'll be numbered by relay. It'll be like one, and then there'll be like a little line that ends that relay. So my senior living building, right? It's in the bottom left of my case. It goes from like 102 to 360. So once the ending of 360, 102 to 360, I'll rubber band it up and put it in, well, I actually put it in a separate tub, but uh, say, okay, let's see, my first relay, uh, Dorothy, it goes from one number and then it'll end at the odd side. So when it gets to the odd side on the case, I put it in a bundle and rubber band it, and then I'll put it in the tray, and then that's when I know I'll start the next tray. It'll say it all on your case, or if you are having trouble where it's not marked properly or something like that, uh, then talk to a carrier and see if they can help you. Because there's like one of my relays is I combine it to one, even though it says it's two on the case. But since the one is so small, it's only like 9 houses. I combine it with the other relay to make it one, and I bundle that up. So uh, you'll learn tricks like that, and what makes it easier for you. Because going back to the truck after that one relay, like that adds time. So I just combine it because it's not that much more mail. So uh, I'll just do it all at once. Makes it easier. How often is the DPS off? It's off every time. Like there's a lot of DPS errors every day. You got to watch out for. Like I'll be delivering, and then I'll see a piece of mail in the DPS that'll be a rural route or another route, and you just got to be careful of that and be wary of that. When I first started, I had no idea about that, and then I'll be looking at the number and not the street, and then I'll be like, dang, I was looking for this street, and now like I missed all this mail. So you'll make those type of mistakes. It's That's how you learn. You'll make mistakes and you'll learn and get better. So mine is 3, 4 routes total. What, your Amazon route? I just finished the probation period. Does my completion show up on EOPF like the contractual periods? You'll get a thing in the mail that says your pay went up. Or well, no, since they changed it, you won't get it. It should say it on your light blue. That you went from the one step to the next. But I think they eliminated the probation period, so it might not say that. It might not say that. Do you put your spurs with your mail that's on your tray with the mail? A lot of carriers I know do that. I case in whatever that will fit, but whatever doesn't fit, I don't waste time putting in there. I'll put it in the truck where I like it. So I know that's a good organization method. I know some carriers do that, but I don't do that. The only thing they cased was the flats at my office. DPS was ready in order. Yeah, the DPS is already in order, but you can combine the DPS with your flats and to make it one bundle. So when you're out on the street, uh, all you got to do is worry about one bundle instead of two bundles. Because the more bundles you add, the more harder it is. So if you have ad papers, that's a third bundle. That makes it a lot harder, makes time longer. So things like that will make the route longer. If you have a fourth bundle, we had a fourth bundle recently, so a lot of that makes the route go by longer and makes it a lot harder. When you only have one bundle, that's delivery on easy mode. They do that a lot for the if you're new, they do that a lot for the new people. They'll one bundle things like they'll especially if the mail is light, it makes it a lot easier because it's less you got to worry about. When I was first starting, like looking at my case mail and DPS, that was very complicated to me. But you'll learn how to how to look at them both at the same time because sometimes you forget about your case mail when you first start. It gets confusing. So, uh, but yeah, the I if they allowed me to have time, if they allowed me to have time, I would definitely case in some of my DPS. Like for my mounted, like I only have a little mounted, I would just case it in. It would be so much easier. When we have a third bundle, they let us case in our FSS, but when we don't have a third bundle, we got to take the FSS to the street. I'm like, ugh, I hate that. The only thing, how do you efficiently pack your truck with packages? Remember who has packages. I feel I'm going to forget packages because I'm focused on delivering the mail. You just gotta. I look at it every other like relay or so, or every other house. I'll like see. I almost have a sixth sense now with packages, so I just put them in order in my bag. I look at the DPS, see what order it's going in. Like say the street, it starts even, and then the numbers are going smaller, and then if they're odd, and the numbers are getting bigger. So if it's a bigger odd number, it's gonna be one of your last packages, one of your last houses you hit. So uh, kind of just have to see, look, flip through the DPS, see how the route's gonna go, and forgetting packages. You're gonna forget packages. It's just like I helped the other day. I helped one of our. He's not new, but he's a newer CCA, and he forgot a lot of packages. I don't know if because I told him I was gonna check up on him, see how he was doing, and I think he just knew I was gonna help him, so he just didn't care. That's what I think. But I he if you forget packages, you just drop them off. You're gonna forget packages when you first start, so just uh, just accept it. You're gonna forget packages. Once you start to once you forget so many packages, you start to like, okay, I'm not gonna forget this package. So uh, just if you're on mounted routes usually get more packages than walking routes. Uh, when I'm on mounted, right? If I'm doing a mounted route, if I'm on the street, let's say I'm on Eagle Street, I'll uh I'll take all those packages with me and say I'm doing the even side, or if I'm doing like some routes, they'll hit like 7,900. That's at the end of the route. Like 7,400, that's the beginning of the route. So 7,400 Eagle, I'll put up front with me so I could just look at it. Oh, I'm at 7223. I have a package for 7227. That'll be my next house. So I'll put that right up front with me. So whatever street I'm on, I'll put the packages up front with me, unless it's too big of a package where if it's too big of a package, I'll flip up say say it's 7,300 the package is for. I'll go in the DPS and look for the 7,300, and I'll flip it up so that will remind me that I have a big package in back. I still do that. That's something I still practice and do if I have a big package. Like my mounted, a lot of my mounted will have bigger packages. So if I can't put it up front with me, I'll just flip up the DPS so it'll remind me. As far as packages go, tomorrow's another day. Tomorrow is a lot of packages probably tomorrow. Mondays are rough. Mondays and the days after holidays are the worst. So, but now every day is gonna probably get worse and worse until we hit the holidays. People are ordering presents, gifts, things like that. I told all my family, don't quit it with the online shopping. Quit it with the online shopping, and you don't gotta get me nothing. Don't. I hate getting gifts. Don't get me nothing. So there's my neighbor who she told me she's one of the people who are always ordering Amazon, and I'm like, we're mortal enemies now. We're mortal enemies. So, uh, but keeps me employed. So it's crazy. I'm in an office with 8 city routes, and no one is done past 5:30 every day, even during peak season. Yeah, 8 routes. Yeah, if somebody calls off, you probably have maybe one or two CCAs in that little bit of an office, or that little office. So, one person calls off, two people call off, you're screwed. Because you got to split one route. If you split it up twice, that's 3 hours each, and for each CCA, if two people call off, you're screwed. You're screwed. Uh, everyone is done before five. Oh, everyone is done before 5:30. That's very rare. Are you guys starting at 6, or are you starting at 8? Because 5:30, that's pretty early. 8 city routes, that's crazy. My station is 40 city routes. Yeah, 40 city routes. Mine's 43. I think that's a sweet spot. 40 something city routes. That's a sweet spot because you got plenty of overtime, you got plenty of help. So it's a nice balance. Very rare, yeah. My station is 2 city routes and one is an aux route. Geez, 2 city routes. That's very tiny. You'll be a CCA, or you'll be a PTF for life, because unless one of those people are close to retiring, your chances aren't as good as, say, like my office. If, If everything falls into line, I should be regular by the end of the year. If everything falls into place, there's a float set, a guy who hasn't been to work in 2 years. They should be putting his route up. Hopefully he gets fired. Another girl said she's going to be putting in her 2 weeks, hopefully a regular. So two people I know are going to be retiring by the end of the year. One of our 204Bs is going to be a permanent supervisor, I think. So her route might be going up. One of our carriers just transferred. So if everything falls into place, I should be regular by the end of the year. I'm hoping, and we just got to see. I'm not expecting anything, but I'm hoping for the best. That's how I'm looking at it. I'm hoping to make regular by the end of the year if everything falls into place. There's a guy in my office that's been working for USPS for 37 years. Why wouldn't he just collect his pension, be done? Yeah, that seems to be the normal case. I have a few carriers like that in my office. I have one carrier who's staying another 5 years just because her pension will be another $1,000 more a month. But she's on the overtime list. Her knees. She said her knee is like bone on bone. I don't. If you're on an easy route and you're making six figures, it's like it's. I understand. I understand it's very hard to quit or quit. It's very hard to retire if you're on an easy route and you're making six figures a year. I uh, I don't blame them. I wish they would retire because young guns like me are ready to take the reins. So uh, it's just it's very common. If you're on an easy route, you're not gonna want to retire. If you're making good money, easy money, you're not gonna want to retire. There's a guy who's been since 70 something. He's been on the same route. So it's just it's crazy, but I don't really blame him for making easy money and the insurance and things like that. So he's a city carrier. Yeah, they're getting penalty time. They're getting all this money. So I don't blame him. I don't blame him. I wish they would retire, but I don't blame him. I can't hate on him. CCA here in Florida, 9 months in, just got done with Amazon Sunday, 120 stops. That's not bad. That seems to be the norm. During peak season, that's not bad at all. The weather's probably a lot better than here. It's 30 degrees here, and it's just warm enough to rain, so it's like cold rain. But I got out early, so I can't complain. I'll be able to do something later, so I'm thankful for that. I turned PTF in October after being a CCA for 2 years, 3 months. Get the career employee health insurance, much better than CCA insurance. Yeah, at least we do get insurance as a CCA, but the once you turn PTF, you'll get the career insurance. I'm glad you finally got the insurance after 2 years, 3 months. Why did it take you 3 months extra? Because should have been in what, July or August. Being PTF after 2 years, no matter what. But that's good that you got the good insurance. I can't wait till like I said, if everything falls into place, I'll be a regular by the end of the year. If everything, there's people who haven't been to work in 2 years who should be. The dude's float set. The dude hasn't been to work, and even before he was at work, he was only casing up routes. He should be on. I never even met the dude, but his float said he's holding a float set hostage. Another girl said she's gonna be giving her 2 weeks. A regular said she's gonna give her 2 weeks. It's if everything falls into place, I really hope. I'm really hoping. Just got done with my shadow day. Yeah, man, I got a guy with a sweet senior route, 43 years on the job. Yeah, 43 years. That's insane, but that's a lot of money they're making. I wouldn't. It knowing if I'm the same person I am when I'm that age and I'm 40 some years old, mail will be extinct by then probably. It'll be all packages by then probably. But uh, if I'm on an easy cupcake route and making money, and I'm not gonna want to quit or retire. Retire. I keep saying quit. When transferring, do keep your time work correct? If you're a regular, or if okay, let's say if you're a CCA and you transfer, you're gonna lose all your seniority. You'll have say say I'm 6 months in as a CCA and I transfer, which was actually gonna be a scenario for me. Someone at office that I live near, they were trying to get me to transfer, right? And they were telling me, they're like, if you transfer, I was 6 months in. If I transfer, my time's gonna go back to zero. So I have to wait another 2 years to be PTF. And it was a smaller office. I was never gonna make regular. I'm like, screw that. I'm already 6 months in. Now I'm basically a year in. I only got another year before PTF, and who knows, maybe be regular by the end of next year. Who knows? But you're if you're talking about like the pension stuff, I'm pretty sure like if you're a regular and I'm pretty sure your pension doesn't change. But as a CCA, your time will go back to zero. Uh, if if it's worth it to transfer as a CCA, do it. But your time's gonna reset, and that's why I didn't do it. I didn't. I knew I wasn't gonna make regular anytime soon, and my time would. I already put 6 months in. I wasn't gonna go back to zero. I would have to wait another 2 years. No, I'm not doing that. Gonna start Academy on Tuesday. Good luck. Academy is they show you everything you need to know. A lot of useless stuff too, but just try to stay awake. Try to pay attention, and you'll be good. Make sure you get paid for Academy too. I never got paid for Academy. I forgot about it. They uh, they said they were gonna pay me, and they never did, and I kind of forgot about it. I really should maybe talk to my union rep to get paid for. But you always got to be on top of your pay. My father got hired as a CCA. He is 61 years old. Do you think he will be fine? He hasn't worked in over a year. Mind over matter, baby. But there's only one way to find out. Someone asked me that before. They said they were like 50, 60 years old. Said if they can handle it, there's just one way to find out. There's there's certain people who are in my office who I wouldn't think would make it as a CCA, but they have. And there's people who, like one dude was built like a linebacker, and he just walked out. So I think it's a mind over matter thing. As long as he's healthy and doesn't have any like injuries, he should be good. See how it goes. Like I said, one way to find out. One way to find out. Also, if you enjoy this content, give me a like. Don't treat me like a 204B over here. How do you remember 40 city routes in your office? I get it's repetition, but how much repetition should you really know all those routes? So there's routes that I don't know. I would say I know about 30 of them. If you throw me on 30 of them, I'll feel comfortable with them. But there's still some routes I haven't carried yet. I'd being a year in, I've uh I've carried a lot of these routes as like my aux. I've done half routes before, so there's some routes I haven't carried fully, but like half of them I did. There's some I carried. There's it is repetition, and once you carry them, you kind of know where you're going. And now I know. I basically know my town backwards and forwards. It's the other town that I don't really know too well. I know a little bit, but the other town that we do is like 15, 20 minutes away, and I don't know too much. I know a few routes, uh, but I prefer being in town. And the in town is where the post office is, so I'm close to the post office, and I like the area better. So it's all repetition. It's all just doing it. Like if you throw me on a new route, I'm like I don't want to do it. But then after I do it and I've done it before, I'm like okay, this isn't as bad. So don't be afraid to change. It's all about repetition. Just the more you do it, the more comfortable you're gonna get with it, and the easier it's gonna be. Got my fingerprints 6 weeks ago. Still waiting to hear anything. Should I reach out? I mean, you could try to reach out. I got impatient. I emailed the postmaster that did my fingerprints, and she was like, "Just keep waiting. It'll be." It took me about a month, but right now it's peak season, so that's probably why it's taking a little longer for you. Reach out, see what happens, but I would say just wait a little bit longer. How long did it take you to learn your first route? Uh, so let's see. My first route that I did, they threw me on 18, which was a walking route, all walking. It had two schools on it, two grade schools, and then straight walking. Uh, how long did it take for me to learn it? So I did it like from I did it once and I didn't finish, but then the next time I did it, I cased it up and then I finished. So finishing my first route, I felt so good. I felt so good because I'm like it felt impossible, and it took me about 2 or 3 days to be able to finish the route. So and I like that route to this day. Every time they put me on it as my extra, I'm like, let's do it. I know this route front and back now. So it was the first route that I learned. And then they put me on the Stairmaster route for a while when I first started. So now I'm comfortable with that route because the more you do it, the more comfortable you're going to get. And then being on, like, say I did 18, I know 50, Route 56 is over that way. I know if I'm on 17, I'm like, oh, 56 is over there, or not 56, 53 is over there, 815. So you'll learn territories too. And if when you ask other carriers too, they'll tell you like what territory and stuff. And when you do Amazon Sunday, that's helped a lot as well because when you're doing Amazon Sunday, you're hitting a lot of routes at a time. So, and it'll say sometimes on the package like City 41 or City 17. I'll say that on the package sometimes. So if I hit a house and I'm like, oh, it's City 41, okay, this is the territory that City 41's on. So uh, being a year in, you'll hit a lot of doing this for almost a year. You hit a lot of the territory, a lot of the routes. So uh, just do it more and more, and you'll be good. There's complaints about working too many days at the post office, but my supervisors work 23 days straight. Yeah, people complain. They know what they're getting into. They know what they're getting into. You're gonna be working a lot. This is the post office. At peak season, you're gonna be working a lot. I don't say anything about you're not working a lot. You're gonna be working a lot. Just know that, but you're gonna be getting paid for that. You're getting paid for that. So 23 days straight, yeah, that sounds about right. But at my office, they're good about giving me a day off. I work 7 days in a row and then I get off because I have this rotating day off. If I was a regular, I would have had the whole weekend off this weekend. I had Friday off, so when you have a Friday off, you'll have Friday, Saturday, Sunday, because the the pay period ends Friday. So if you're off, say you have the rotating day off, you'll be off Friday. Then the next day will be Saturday, or the next pay period will be Saturday, which then you'll have Friday off, and then you'll have Saturday off, and then Sundays. Obviously, being a regular, you won't be working Sundays. So uh, every every time you have a Friday off, when your rotating day off hits Friday, you'll have the weekend off, which another perk about being regular. So, but since I'm not a regular, I had to come in Saturday and it was my NS day. So luckily, the floater did another route, so I didn't get bumped off my route. She was like, if he comes in today, you're gonna be bumped. And I'm like, no, I already ran these packages, filled up the tank. So luckily that didn't happen. Do you use the package load feature? I don't, but it's a very useful tool. If you I have my own method to my madness with loading packages, but if you're new, definitely use the load truck feature. It'll show you section 1, section 2, all the way up to 6 where to put the package because section 6 is at the end of the route, section 1 is at the beginning of the route. Do you have any suggestions for clerks that could help you guys out better? Um, no, I don't really pay attention too much to the clerks. They got their own job to do. Um, but they work as hard as we do. So uh, you guys work hard too. I could not be in the office all day. I would lose my freaking mind. Kudos to you guys that do it. In my small office, they say regulars will tell you you're doing your route too fast and kind of look down on you for it. Why is that? So if you're doing the route too fast, they call it running your route. Uh, if you're running, because if you're doing a route, let's say you never done before and you run it, you get done. Let's say you do a new route and it's a 6 hour route and you get it done in 5. Now they're gonna be mad at you because they try to stretch it out to make the route look bigger than it is. If they're getting done too quick, then man, like they're gonna add more deliveries onto that route. So if you're running it, it's gonna make them look bad. How do you organize your case as far as DPS flats and avos? Is everything there already, or do they have designated areas where you check? So they have racks with our DPS on them. They usually bring most of the tubs with our flats next to our case. There's also another place where we get our flats. There's a there's a rack where we got our letters. Uh, there's a hot case. Um, it's all over the place. I had no idea where to find everything until finally got into a rhythm doing hold down. Finally got into rhythm. There's mail all over the place. You just got a FSS on another rack, so there's a lot of craziness, a lot of different spots for mail. This post office money is good, but damn, I'm tired. 14 hours a day ain't no joke. Yeah, it is no joke. Someone asked me, how do you not feel drunk after work? And it's kind of one of those things where there's no way around it. You're gonna feel like disoriented. When I'm driving home, I'm like, I feel disoriented. I'm tired. But you know, those checks are gonna be nice. You know, you're gonna reach your financial goals. You'll know this will all be worth it once you get your own route, once you become regular. So you just got to fight through this grind right now. We're at the bottom of the barrel, but once we build up some seniority, once we get become regulars, we'll get all that good insurance, all the perks that come with being a regular. So it's just we got to fight through this grind right now, and it'll get better. Trust me. See the light at the end of the tunnel, and work towards that. I think about that every day. Like I said, if everything falls into place, I should be regular by the end of the year, which a lot of the PTFs in my office have been there 4 years and haven't, because they had like 17 CCAs at one point. But right now, it seems like there's going to be some changes, some routes open. So I'm hoping to be regular by the end of the year, and I know it's going to be worth it. All this grind, all this working hard, it's going to be worth it. When I could be a regular carrier, it's going to be worth it. Just had my orientation yesterday, ready to be a CCA. Yep, hopefully if you had your orientation, I really hope you start after the holidays. Don't want you to start during all this madness, cuz I don't want you to get the wrong impression of this job. It's crazy that this month, but the rest of the year it's a very sweet gig, very sweet gig. Even now it's a sweet gig. It's just I know how to deal with it being a year in now. Yes, clerks finish scanning your packages before all the city care. Yeah, like they're always throwing parcels, and well, by the time I'm done casing in my mail, they're still throwing packages. But there's so many packages right now. I can't really blame them for not having them all organized. Let's get this money. Yep, that's my. I think that's one of my catchphrases. Let's get this money. Let's uh, let's get this money. It's there for the taking. Why? Like my postmaster asked me if I wanted to come in early today. I'm like, if you're gonna throw money at me, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it. And you know, she treats me good because she knows I'm. And it's not necessarily I do it for her. It's I don't do it for her. I do it for the money. But she knows I'm a grinder and knows I work. So she'll usually give me the same extra at the end of the day. So you know, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. Are you eating on your 10 to 14-hour shifts? Very little, unfortunately. I wish I had more time to eat. Like today, after I got off early, I had this place called Eggheads. It's a breakfast place. Oh, it's so good. Their hash browns, banana pancakes are fire. But yeah, I bring an Uncrustable with me, a PB&J Uncrustable. I eat that. Uh, Granola bars. Let's see, bananas, fruit. I eat as I go. Like when I say I'm done with the relay, I'll go back to my truck and I'll grab a granola bar, start eating it, drive to the next parking point, and it's just eating a lot of small stuff. I signed a no lunch policy. A lot of offices don't do that, but my office does. They don't take my 30 minutes out for my lunch. So as I go, I eat. It's not much, but I wish I could eat more. I wish I could put some more weight back on, but right now it's with all this walking. Because what happened, this carrier who he's one of my union reps. He was on City 17, which is a stairmaster route. He was very skinny, but then he messed up his knee, and now he's on a all mounted float set, and now all the carriers make fun of him because he looks pregnant. So uh, If you're on a mountain route, you're probably going to be eating a lot more. Like if you're on a walking route and you're not eating as much, you're going to lose a lot of weight and be really skinny. Always make sure you take your lunch. Yeah, if you don't have the no lunch policy and they're taking it out anyway, definitely 100%. Bananas are clutch during your route. Yeah, I just it's easy to eat. It's convenient and healthy, so I always try to bring a ripe banana with me. I love bananas; it's one of my favorite fruits, so I'll always try to bring one with me. Yeah, I kind of snack and warm up at the same time. Cold as F, and yeah, that's right now. It's getting super cold, and you got to take those warm up breaks too. Like you're getting your LLV and you're just trying to warm up a little bit, trying to get feeling back in your hands, things like that. I hope they provide you hand warmers. Um, yeah, and you snack a little bit. You get in your truck, you warm up, snack, eat, and then you're like, deep breath. All right, get back. Let's get back to work. How important is it to you keep positive and strong mental outlook on the ultimate goal you have your sight sets on? It is super important. I wake up in the morning, I'm like exhausted. I'm like I know it's gonna be a 14-hour day. I want to be delivering packages before the sun's even up. Uh, but like I'm not. I have negative thoughts. I know I sound positive all the time. I do have negative thoughts, but it's that positive. Like the positive tries to trump the negative. Like I said, I'm like another 14-hour day. I'm gonna be tired. I'm not gonna be able to do anything. But you think, okay, I'm trying to make money right now. I'm trying to reach my financial goals. I'm trying to be on my purpose. I'm serving the community. I'm getting people their packages. I'm doing a lot of stuff. I'm doing things that normal people wouldn't want to do. Normal people, like we're a lot of people don't wouldn't do this job. A lot of people wouldn't want to do this job, and getting up and doing it, I like doing my job. I'm out. I feel free. I'm delivering outside. I feel like I'm free. I'm not dealing with management that much. Like when I'm in the office, yeah, but when I'm driving, when I'm out, I feel free. I'm in a nice neighborhood. I know what I'm doing. I'm getting paid well, and I just really try to look at the best side of things. I try to look at the glass is half full mindset. I just try to stay super positive all the time, and negative thoughts do get there. They do creep up, but you just gotta stay focused, stay on your mission and on your purpose. That I'm making good money. I'm gonna save money. I'm just gonna work hard and work harder than the next person, and that's it. It's super important to me to have that positive mindset. Super important. I gave up a lot for this job. I was gonna fight for an MMA title and make my pro debut, do jujitsu matches, pro jujitsu matches. I gave up a lot for this job. I give my all to this job. I work hard, and I'm I'm gonna stay positive. These two other carriers were saying, "How is Nick always so positive?" And it's because I work hard. I gave up a lot to be here. Like I'm thankful to be here. I'm not working night shift anymore. I'm not working at a nightclub. I'm working at a respectable job. I just bought a townhouse. I'm gonna plan on buying another place by the end of next year. I got goals on the horizon that I'm gonna reach, and those goals I write them down. I have a list right next to my bed. I look at them all the time. I'm always trying to be better. Uh, I'm just positive mindset and goals are just super important to me. Kind of went off on a tangent there, but but on a rant there. But I am super motivated, super just driven. I want to reach my goals and prove prove the naysayers wrong. That's my mindset. Hey Nick, enjoying your channel. Or whoop. Uh, I picked the right time to start, but I'm staying positive and thankful to be working. Period. Plus, if I make it through this, it should be cake after. Yeah, if it's only gonna get easier from here. Just deal with it right now, and it's only gonna get easier from here. Trust me. Trust me. And I'm thankful too. I was out of work for 4 months. I was 8 grand in debt. I am so thankful to have this job. Hey Nick, enjoying your channel. Thought about walking out today. Yeah, when you first start, if you don't have those thoughts at least once a day, you're not at the post office. The dynamic delivery wasn't working, so I couldn't number my 130 packages. Thankfully, my supervisor got up and running. Okay, that's good. Today, our uh, turn by turn wasn't working either, so it was a rough day today. How much weight have you lost from being a CCA? So I started off at like over 200 pounds. I was heavy. I was eating pizzas all the time. I was working out, but I had a lot of muscle. I was big, so I lost. Right now I'm like 170, so I lost like 30, 40 pounds easily. I'm trying to gain it back though. I'm trying to gain it back. I was actually like 160 at one point. Like I wasn't eating, working all the time. I'm still doing that, but I'm trying to eat a lot more and try to put this weight back on because I don't like being skinny. Hey, hope you had a good Sunday. Coming up on my 90 days. On that note of positivity, just remember all bad days will come to an end and a new day was 100%. That's what I was telling one of the new CCAs. He's like, sorry for getting all emotional the other day. And I'm like, bro, like, we're gonna have bad days. You don't think I get emotional? My ad papers were brought back last week. I had to carry 4 bundles. I was pissed off, but I knew like today's a new day. Today I got off early. Today's a new day. Like, yeah, you're gonna have bad days, but there's gonna be a lot of good days too. Being being human, you're always looking at the like I think it's like a defense or it's like a survival mechanism where you're always looking at the bad, negative because you're trying to survive, and you're trying to like learn and adapt. But good days are ahead. Good days. There's always gonna be good days. There's gonna be bad days and good days. Just gotta accept it. Also, do me a favor, look up and now look down. Up is endless, down is the ground, so always keep your head up. Yep, 100%. Every day above ground is a good day. Thought about you and JH, kept grinding. Yep, me and JH are good friends. We're trying to motivate you guys, trying to, tell you guys how it is, and also you can get through anything. If I could do it, you could do it. I'm not the smartest person. There's nothing outstanding about me really. It's if I could do it, anybody could do it. I work at a station that's actually overstaffed with CCAs. There are 9 city routes and 4 CCAs. Some days all routes are covered and I get a quick half day of delivering packages of P. Oh, I would transfer out of there. You're gonna be a CC or you're gonna be a PTF for a long time. I would transfer. Definitely definitely see if there's any bigger offices near you because the ultimate goal is to be regular and make money. If you're not getting the hours half day, screw that. If I was working 8 hour days, I wouldn't be able to afford my I wouldn't be able to afford my mortgage or my bills. I got to be working these hours to live. What vehicle you drive on regular? Uh, what do you mean? Are you talking about my personal vehicle or the LLV? I don't drive the ProMaster. I'm not ProMaster trained, and I don't. I tell. I don't. I'm like I don't need to learn the ProMaster. I don't want to drive it. My personal vehicle, I got a Ford Fusion. I actually just got a new engine in. I had the first month of living in this townhouse, I didn't have my car because the engine was having problems. It all was last year I had engine problems, and then they put in an engine, and then that engine. So there was a lot of issues with that. But first month and a half of living in this place, I didn't have my car. I was getting rides from my brother and things like that. So uh, now it has a brand new engine, so I'm very thankful, very thankful. So I could get to work every day. What? But yeah, I think I'm gonna end the stream here. Close to an hour long. I appreciate all the engagement, all the questions. If you enjoy this content, give me a thumbs up. Don't treat me like a 204B. Thank you all for watching. I hope you guys enjoy your Sunday. I'm definitely gonna enjoy my Sunday. I got some plans in a little bit, so thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.